Hi everyone, I am back with another review of season 2 of Shahmaran. So it's a Turkish show, and season 1 came out not that long ago actually. uh, it was one of those few shows that was actually written quickly, produced quickly. Season 2 came out pretty quickly, at least for on the basis of how Netflix does things, where you have to wait forever for each season to come out. So, Shahmaran is about a mythology story about Shahmaran, which is actually two people, and how their eternal love um, creates um, issues because one is snake and one is human, and they fall in love with each other, and how there's a prophecy that Shasu has to um, get her love and keep the cycle going for them to live in peace together. That's kind of part of the story. It's kind of hard to explain. I think watching the show will make more sense, but that's the gist of it. So we are introduced to these two new people of current generation. One is called Shasu, who lives somewhere else, and she visits her grandfather, who had left her when she was very young, and she comes in lives in this, I'm going to say, a village or town with to see her grandfather, and the story revolves around uh, how she finds attraction with this guy who's very mysterious and everything, and how they are going to, if they're going to fall in love or not, and if they do fall in love, is it destiny or is it meant to be or what? So season one ends with, spoiler here if you haven't seen season one, but I won't go into too much detail, is Shasu finding the truth about the prophecy basically, and who this person is who she's fallen in love with. She also finds out about the true nature of her grandfather. Now, what that true nature is, you're gonna have to find the show, watch the show to find it. Also about the man she's in love with. So season one was amazing. It was really well written. It was good. It's the show in general is a slow burn. Okay, it builds up slowly, slowly, slowly. The characters build up, and then you see, and then how story evolves itself, and you're immersed into it. That's how the show is written. So season one was really well done. I really enjoyed it. It was unique. It's Turkish, a different culture altogether. The way they handle things is kind of different. It was interesting to watch. So I was excited for season two. So it came out. The show is more underrated than anything else, to be honest with you. Especially season one, if you've seen it, you will know what the show is about, and it's really cool. And so in season two, Shasu has to go through these revelations because she has awakened a villain at the end of season one. Who that villain is, you're gonna have to watch that show to find out again. And now she has to fight this villain, and we know more about this villain, what she has to do, and how she has to evolve herself to fight this villain, and how the guy she's in love with, how he plays an important role in the story, and how they together face the reality and sacrifice and all that. So it's a really interesting show. But I will say this though, season two, I felt sometimes was a little too slow, even though show is slow in general. If you watch season one, even you will find that the show is a little bit slow. Season two is similar as well, but I found it a little bit even slower because I wanted the show to get on and actually see what happens. Um, and 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 they still surprised me in the end. I was surprised by the ending. I was surprised the way it went on. I will not do any spoilers for season two, especially if you have not watched it yet. But I will say this: it was a surprise to see how the season two ends. um, there could be a season three. It was hard to tell. The show had a pretty decent ending where you could stop and say, okay, you know what, the show has ended. That's it. There's no season three. But then it also could mean that they could explore the story of season three a little bit more and to see what actually happened and if the story moves forward or not. So it kind of, like, I'd be okay if there's no season three, but it'll be interesting to see what actually happens if there is one, because the way the show ends is about these two new people, Shasu and her lover Maran. What happens with them is kind of unique, and that's why it's it would be interesting to see if there's a season three as to what happens with them. But if there's none, it's kind of a satisfactory ending on that front. So, do I recommend it? Yes, I definitely watch it. It's different. It's a unique story with a twist in it. It's something different, and I like season one especially is really really good. Season two I found was okay. It was not as good as season one because season one was very mysterious and you didn't know what was going on half the time, and you were learning these little things. Because season two you know a lot as what's going on. You're kind of waiting around for things to happen a little bit more, so it kind of slowed the screenplay a little for me, but still not a bad show to watch. Definitely better than Umbrella Academy. Just an FYI. Um, but that's my take on it. If you've seen the show, I would love to know what your thoughts are. And if you haven't, I suggest try season one, see if you think what you think about it, and see what happens. At the end, in season one, you see some nudity as well. In season two, there's a little bit of as well, but there was a little bit more in season one. If so, don't watch it with kids. Is what I'm trying to get at. It's an adult show. Um, so let me know if you've seen it or not. I would love to know what you think. Please like, share, subscribe my channel, and thank you so much for watching.